my beloved child. The earthquakes that will shake both the soul and the physical world are about to begin. No one, whether rich or poor, hidden or exposed, will be able to stand outside the crashing waves that are coming. The fleeting peace that many believed they had secured, like a thin mist veiling an illusion, will now be swept away mercilessly by the fierce winds of the times. In the days ahead, the earth will groan. Foundations once thought to be unshakable will tremble to their very roots. Not only nations, but also individual families and souls will face trials unlike anything they have ever known. The values that were once celebrated will be weighed under the piercing light of truth. Beliefs that were built upon shifting sands will crumble, exposing the gaping voids that mankind has long sought to conceal. You will see that what was hidden will be exposed. Schemes once cloaked in the appearance of righteousness will be laid bare for all to see. Falsehood will find no refuge. I will shake every lair, from majestic palaces to the darkest alleys, until my holy light floods every corner. There are things that only the courageous of heart will be able to perceive in the days to come. You will witness unexpected doors swing open, but you will also see others close forever. I will cleanse all that is decayed to prepare the ground for a new harvest. And in this process, many will mourn, clinging desperately to what is outdated, resisting the shaking. But you, my beloved one, must learn to release what must be released, must learn to bow under my guiding hand, so that I may lift you higher than you have ever dreamed. My beloved child, the peace you have tasted in recent days, in those sacred moments of the festive season, when your soul seemed bathed in gentle light, was not by chance. It was a gift I placed in your hands, a tender sign of my endless love and boundless grace. I allowed you to experience that sweet comfort, not merely to soothe old wounds, but to fortify your faith and nurture your inner strength for the days to come. It was the stillness before the storm, the soft sunlight before the skies turn gray. It was my hand resting upon you, reminding you that no matter how the world trembles, my love for you remains unchanging. Yet now, that peaceful veil is beginning to thin. A stronger wind is starting to weave its way through the corridors of the earth. That which has been hidden, that which has been dressed in glittering facades, is about to be exposed under the relentless light of truth. This is not a wrathful punishment born of blind anger, my child. This is a purification planned from the depths of divine love, so that all that is counterfeit may fade, and only what is true and pure may endure before the brilliance of my presence. My child, the furnace of testing is being kindled, not to destroy, but to refine. Just as the metallurgist places gold into the fire, not to annihilate it, but to purge away its impurities, so too will I use the tremors to cleanse the souls of those who belong to me. In this fire, half-heartedness, shallow commitments, and fading love will not survive. Only those whose faith is like pure gold, like steel forged through countless fires, will shine forth and reflect the light of my kingdom upon this earth. Do not be surprised when you see the things you once believed to be unshakable suddenly collapse. Relationships, systems, and projects that have been built upon foundations of selfishness and deceit will no longer be sustained. Because I love this world beyond measure, I cannot allow what is rotten to continue occupying the space meant for what is alive and holy. I will not let deception reign forever in the hearts of men. I have come to stir, to reveal, and to sweep away the dust, covering the jewels into which I breathed life from the very beginning. Yet in this purification, you will witness many falling into panic, many souls floundering in fear and regret. For those who have tied themselves to what is decaying, this transformation will feel like loss. They will weep for the idols they have built with their own hands. They will struggle, desperately trying to salvage what should have long been relinquished. But you, my beloved one, I call you to let go of these illusions. Do not mourn the crumbling of what is old and worn. Do not let your heart be weighed down by the world's sorrowful cries. You are called to walk differently, to walk with your eyes fixed on me, with a heart tender to the new thing I am bringing forth. My dear child, I know that when the fire begins to touch what is familiar, when what you have known starts to burn away, there will be moments when your heart falters. I know there will be nights when silent tears fall onto your pillow, when your heart feels heavy with all that you do not yet understand. But remember this, it is precisely in these darkest nights that the seeds of faith are being planted deepest. It is in uncertainty and upheaval that I am training a courageous army. Those who do not rely on circumstances, but who lean wholly on me. Do not seek assurance from what is external. Let my presence be your refuge. Let my word become the solid foundation beneath your feet. Let your faith be anchored not in what the natural eye can perceive, but in what my spirit is engraving upon your soul. In this season of refinement, you will witness wonders arise. From the ashes of old dreams, I will cause new dreams to sprout, dreams stronger, more beautiful, and rooted upon an unshakable foundation. From the doors that have slammed shut in your face, I will open wide gates that no one can close. From painful separations, I will forge sacred bonds, stronger than steel, radiant like gold refined by fire. And when you endure with faithfulness, when you choose to stand firm rather than flee, when you continue to love instead of casting blame, you will become a living testimony to the power of grace. Others will see the light shining in your eyes, will sense the breath of heaven in every word you speak, and will be touched by the life flowing forth from your soul. My child, in the days to come, do not be surprised if I ask you to release a few more things you are still clinging to. Do not fear when familiar walls fall, for it is I who am building for you a home more enduring, more spacious, overflowing with my glory. Do not hold tightly to relationships that I am gently removing from your life, for I am leading you into holy connections, into communities that will uplift your soul in this new journey. Now, as the signs of purification become unmistakable in the skies and in every breath of the earth, I call you. Prepare your soul as a householder prepares his home before a storm. Do not leave the doors of your heart wide open for the winds of doubt to rush in. Do not leave the windows of your mind unguarded for the whispers of fear and suspicion to creep through. This is the time for you to turn inward, to illuminate every hidden corner of your heart, and to sincerely examine every motive, every thought, and every desire you are harboring. I am calling you, not with the thunderous shout of a storm, but with the patient whisper of the one who loves you. Examine yourself. Search your heart under the light of truth. Where are you still clinging to personal ambitions, to fleeting fame, to the craving for recognition and praise? If there remains any trace of pride rooted within your soul, I urge you to bow low in true humility. For pride is a burden too heavy to carry on the journey ahead. It is like a tattered armor that appears to protect you, but will, in reality, cause you to collapse under your own weight. As you enter the new land I am opening before you, where there are still shards of resentment, hidden corners of unforgiveness within you, I call you to boldly let them go. Remember that resentment does not bind others as much as it prisons you. It is like a heavy stone you clutch to your chest. The longer you hold on to it, the more it drains your strength and joy. It not only slows the steps of your soul, but also poisons the pure streams I long to pour through your life. My beloved, forgiveness is not the acceptance of evil, nor the toleration of injustice. Forgiveness is the courageous act of a free soul, one that refuses to allow wounds to become chains. Forgiveness is the declaration that you choose life over bitterness. You choose light over darkness. You choose me over allowing your wounds to occupy the space meant for me in your heart. Know this: in this time of purification, only those with hearts as light and flexible as a ship with sails unfurled can ride through the storms. Those who carry sacks of resentment, pride, greed, or bitterness upon their shoulders will find themselves exhausted and overwhelmed amidst the whirlwinds. But those who know how to cast down their hidden burdens at my feet will find themselves light as feathers, soaring through the days of upheaval without being submerged. Therefore, my child, begin the cleansing from within your own heart. Do not wait for external changes. Do not hope for the world to change first so that you may find peace. You must become the change the world is longing for. It is from the refined heart within you that I will cause a new stream of life to arise, a strength powerful enough to stir and heal even the driest wastelands. Allow me to search the deepest layers of your soul, open wide the doors you have kept locked for so long, the places where you have hidden pain, the places where you have covered shame, the places where you have buried the fear of being hurt again. Let me enter, not to condemn you, but to heal you, not to shame you, but to set you free from the invisible chains that have bound you for far too long. My beloved, when you dare to face yourself, when you no longer fear to look directly at the old wounds, that is when I can place new treasures into your hands. Those who are unwilling to let go of the past will never be able to seize the destiny prepared for them. Those who continue to clutch bitterness in their hearts will not be able to fully drink from the river of life that I am pouring forth. My child, the journey ahead is not for the half-hearted. It demands complete devotion, unwavering trust. You cannot hold my hand while clinging to the old chains. You must choose. And I call you, with all the love of a father, choose freedom. Choose to let go. Choose forgiveness. Choose humility as your new garment, so that you may step into the new season with a lightness and a glory you have never known before. If you are willing to humble yourself, to cleanse the temple of your soul, then it is precisely there that I will perform miracles beyond anyone's imagination. I will birth within you great visions, dreams far beyond the limits of your mind. I will equip you with a heart capable of loving unconditionally, with eyes that see the divine worth in every person, and with hands that touch the world with healing rather than judgment. But, my child, this work of purification is not a momentary event. It is a process, at times slow, at times painful, at times full of tears. Yet I promise you, every tear shed in repentance, every bow of humility, every choice to forgive instead of retaliate, will be treasured by me as the most precious jewels on the crown I am preparing for you. Therefore, do not lose heart when you find yourself confronting the darker parts of your own being. Do not be discouraged when the process of purification seems too long or too difficult. For even when you do not feel it, I am working within you, silently yet powerfully, patiently yet surely. Like a potter who tirelessly molds the most stubborn clay, I will not cease shaping you until your form reflects the glorious beauty I envisioned from the very beginning. My beloved one, this is not a season for running away. This is a season of courage. Not first the courage to face the outside world, but the courage to face yourself. To allow my light to pierce even the untouched corners. For only souls who dare to let me illuminate every crevice can truly shine like stars against the deep blackness of the sky. I call you, stand firm in faith. Plant your feet not on the shifting sands of fleeting emotions or the changing opinions of the world, but on the solid rock of my word, which does not change with time or seasons. Your faith, if refined and steadfast, will become the anchor that holds your soul firm, even when the storms of life rage around you. But, my dear child, that faith will not grow strong on its own without being nourished daily by a living relationship with me. Do not seek me only in moments of panic when everything seems to collapse beneath you. Do not let prayer become merely the desperate cry of one who remembers me only in distress. I invite you to establish a deeper, stronger connection, a bond that never breaks, whether in the brightest days or the darkest nights. Learn to breathe in me. Learn to live in the silent yet mighty rhythm of prayer. Let every moment of your life, whether in busyness or in rest, become a whispered song lifted up to me. Speak to me when you awaken. Whisper to me as you walk. Converse with me even during the most seemingly mundane parts of your day. For it is in that nearness that your faith will be refined into pure gold, and your soul will become so attuned that it can catch even the faintest whisper from my heart. Sincere prayers, no matter how simple or clumsy they may seem, hold infinite value in my eyes. Do not think that you need eloquent words or elaborate rituals to please me. What I seek is a genuine heart, a soul that opens itself like a child before their father, without concealment, without fear. Let your tears, your silent sighs, your small joys, and even your unformed longings become the most beautiful prayers that rise straight to my throne. My beloved child, when you learn to call upon me in every moment, you will begin to notice a wondrous truth, that miracles are not only hidden within grand events, but are also woven into the smallest details of daily life. You will see my hand in the sunlight filtering through the leaves, in the unexpected smile of a stranger, in the comfort found in a simple word. You will realize that even amidst raging storms, seeds of hope are quietly being sown into the soil, and those who have the eyes of faith, whose hearts are attuned to my presence, will perceive them, and they will never lose hope. For I am not a God who acts only through mighty floods or dazzling miracles. I am also the God of the morning dew, of the unnoticed small footsteps, of the quiet yet powerful transformations happening within you every day. Remember, my child, great miracles often begin with faithfulness in the smallest of things. When you choose prayer over complaint, trust over doubt, love over resentment, you are opening the door for miracles to begin unfolding in your life. And every small action, every silent decision, is building for you an unshakable foundation, a bridge stretching from the temporary into the eternal. Therefore, never underestimate the power of silent prayers, whispered where no one can hear. Do not belittle the strength of the moments you carve out to quietly commune with me amidst the busyness of life. For it is these very moments, these sacred choices to turn back to me rather than be swept away by the whirlwind of the world, that will become priceless treasures in the spiritual storehouse you are building for yourself. And when the true storm strikes, when everything around you trembles and the seemingly solid foundations collapse, those who are familiar with the breath of prayer will not panic. They will recognize my steady presence, even in the thickest darkness. They will remember that I was there with them in every small step before, and I will not abandon them in the decisive hour. My beloved child, the world is about to enter a season where spiritual sensitivity will no longer be a luxury, but a necessity for survival. Only those who can listen to my voice in stillness, who can discern my subtle nudges, will be able to avoid the traps and walk firmly along paths as thin as a blade. And you, my child, I desire for you to be among those who listen not merely with their ears, but with their soul, those who see not only with fleshly eyes, but with eyes of faith. Therefore, from now on, cherish every moment of prayer. Let every breath become an invitation for me to enter every aspect of your life. Train your soul to hunger for my presence more than anything else, and you will find that even when the fiercest storm howls around you, your heart will remain steadfast, like one standing at the eye of the hurricane, where the winds are still and supernatural peace reigns. I do not promise that you will never walk through trials, but I promise this: if you remain in me, if you let prayer become the very breath of your life, no power will be able to steal the peace within you. You will not merely survive the dark days. You will become a light, an instrument of hope, a living testimony to my unchanging love. My child, do not wait until the darkness fully envelops you to seek the light. Ignite the flame within your heart, even now. Do not wait until the storm draws near to begin praying. Build within your soul a tower of prayer, lofty and unshakable, so that even when the world trembles, you will stand firm under the shadow of my hand. And remember this: every prayer you lift up today, every moment you spend in silent communion with me, is weaving a protective shield around your life, a web spun from love, from faith, from unshakable trust. One day, when you look back, you will see that it was those hidden moments, those quiet prayers, that kept you standing, that led you through the darkness, and that opened before you a new horizon, a horizon of hope, of victory, and of a life fulfilled in my glory. The discipline that comes from me is never born out of reckless anger, nor is it the blind rage the world often mistakes it for. Rather, it flows from eternal love, from the heart of a father who refuses to let go of his beloved child when he sees them straying toward paths that could destroy their soul. Every correction, every trial I allow on your journey carries a profound purpose: to draw your heart back to the path of righteousness, to remind your soul that it belongs to a destiny far greater than the fleeting things you are tempted to cling to. I do not discipline you to cast you away, but to pull you closer. I do not allow pain to destroy you, but to prune away what is silently poisoning you. Every act of discipline is a loving call. Return to me, my child. Come back to the place where your heart will be healed. and your soul will find rest. My beloved one, in this world there are paths that seem smooth, wide, and inviting, but they lead to ruin. There are passions that at first bring delight, but eventually leave ashes in the soul. There are small compromises, seemingly harmless at first, that over time forge chains around the spirit. And because I love you too much to stand by in silence, I intervene. I raise warnings. I even allow small stumbles, all to awaken your soul before it is too late. Like a father who sees his young child running toward a cliff, so my heart breaks when I see you wandering toward danger. And out of unchanging love, I do not hesitate to set boundaries, to erect warning signs, even to permit temporary falls, so that your soul may awaken in time. I know there are moments you do not understand, moments when your tears fall because you think I have turned away. But my dear one, never for a moment have I abandoned you. Never for a second has my gaze left your path. The discipline from me is not like the punishment of the world. It is not meant to shame you, not meant to crush you. It always carries within it a tender invitation. Come home. And every time you answer, every time you choose repentance and step back into the light, all of heaven rejoices, and my heart dances with delight. My beloved child, when you face difficult days, do not hastily believe that I have abandoned you. Do not allow the enemy to sow into your heart the thought that trials are signs of separation. On the contrary, it is precisely within trials that my presence draws closer to you than ever before. Just as gold can only become pure when refined by fire, so too is your soul being forged to bear a beauty that cannot fade. A beauty that surpasses anything the world could ever offer or take away. Oh, my child, if you could see with the eyes of heaven, you would realize that every time I allow you to walk through days of hardship, I am setting precious stones into the eternal crown I am preparing for you. Not a single tear you shed falls to the ground without being gathered by me. Not a single pain you endure for my name goes unnoticed or unrewarded. Rather, it shall be repaid manifold in eternity. Therefore, my child, when you are disciplined, do not lose heart. Do not let your soul sink into bitterness or doubt. Receive my correction as a child receives the rebuke of a loving father, with the trust that behind the firm words lies an unshakable love. Let your heart remain tender before me. Let the tears of repentance water the soil of your soul, that seeds of new life may rise and flourish. My child, those who cannot bear correction will forever wander in darkness, harboring bitterness and losing their way. But those who accept my discipline, those who allow themselves to be shaped by my hand, will become like rare ebony trees. The more they endure storms and seasons, the more they exude a sweet fragrance and stand firm against the tests of time. And now, my beloved one, as your soul has been purified in the fire of love, as your heart has become tender and more attuned to my guidance, I call you to step into a higher path. Stretch out your hands toward those who are in pain. Open your heart like a gate of grace, ready to welcome those who are weary under the burdens of life. Let your heart no longer be enclosed within your private concerns that soothes the parched lands the world has forgotten, my child. Step beyond the boundaries of your small self. Seek out those who are hungry, not only for bread, but for love, for hope, for trust, which only I can bestow. When you extend your hand to others, when you nurture the withering souls of your brothers and sisters with words of encouragement, with a gentle embrace, with a gaze free of judgment, you are weaving golden threads into the sacred tapestry of my kingdom. Do not wait for grand opportunities or monumental tasks to consider yourself serving. My child, small acts of kindness, silent gestures of love, carry a far greater power to transform than the loudest proclamations. A heartfelt greeting, a look of deep compassion, a quiet prayer whispered for someone drowning in darkness. All these, in my eyes, are more precious than all the silver and gold of the world. For true love does not clamor or boast. It is like the gentle ripples upon a still lake, creating waves that extend outward, reaching shores far beyond what you could imagine. When you sow seeds of kindness, even if you do not immediately see the fruit, know that I am nurturing them quietly, so that one day those seeds will bloom into forests of life, providing shelter and healing for countless lost souls. My beloved child, do not be afraid to step into places soaked with tears. Do not shy away when your hands are dirtied by touching the wounds of others. For it is precisely when you lower yourself to lift someone up that you reach the highest peak of the greatness I have destined for you. It is when you forget yourself for the sake of others that your soul will be expanded, elevated, and filled with the endless stream of grace flowing from my heart. Comfort the weary souls, those who are trudging under invisible burdens no one else sees. Be the gentle hand that wipes away the tears of the broken-hearted. Listen closely to the cries that have no words, to the pain that no one dares to speak aloud, and as you comfort others, I myself will comfort you. As you heal others with my love, you will be healed in the deepest places where your own wounds lie hidden. Never underestimate the power of a simple act of love. Never undervalue the beauty of listening to someone with your whole heart. For in my kingdom, the measure is not loud success, but faithfulness in the smallest things. It is those who are faithful in what seems unseen by men, to whom I entrust the greater treasures. My dear child, let your life become a song of love, sung in every circumstance. Do not let the hardness of the world callous your heart. Do not allow past wounds to cause you to close the doors of your soul. Let the light within you break through every barrier, every prejudice, every fear of being hurt again. Love, even knowing that love may cause you pain. Give, even when you feel you have little left. For it is in giving that you will receive. It is in sacrifice that you will find true life. And as you walk this way, every step you take will leave traces of light along the darkened path of humanity. Those who encounter you, even by chance, will sense my presence through you, something they may not be able to explain in words. The barren souls will find in you a sweet river that refreshes and restores. And though you may not always know it, though you may never hear their thanks, in heaven every hidden act of love is recorded in everlasting golden letter. My child, open your heart so wide that you can even love those who have wounded you. Show mercy even to those who have yet to learn how to show mercy to themselves. Pray for those who oppose you, for truly, no one is your enemy. There are only souls lost and in need of more light than they realize. When you learn to love as I love, when you serve without seeking reward, when you give without calculating loss or gain, you will become more and more like the image I imprinted within you from the beginning. And when the world looks upon you, they will not merely see you, they will see me, the one who has loved them long before they ever knew it. My dear one, make each day of your life a masterpiece, woven with threads of love. Let every word you speak, every action you take, every glance you offer reflect the boundless compassion of the one who called you out of darkness into marvelous light. Live so that when you leave a place, those who remain behind can still feel something in the atmosphere, a lingering warmth, a ray of hope, a sacred presence that no words can fully capture. And remember this always: you are never alone on this journey. I walk with you, I flow through you, I rejoice every time you choose love, choose forgiveness, choose sacrifice. With each step you take toward others in compassion, you are stepping closer and closer to my very heart. Therefore, my beloved child, be bold and step into this wounded world with a fearless heart. Carry within you the flame of life, the flame of hope, the flame of divine love that never extinguishes. Let your light ripple outward, reaching distant shores, illuminating places that once seemed swallowed by despair. And remember, my dear one, I do not measure you by outward strength, nor do I judge you by what the eyes of the world can see. I do not seek dazzling achievements, resounding triumphs, or fleeting glory that the world exalts. I look straight into your soul, into the place no human gaze can reach. I examine every silent beat of your heart, every hidden motive, every small and unseen sacrifice. That is the true measure in my kingdom. The measure of sincerity, of pure love, of unwavering faith, even when no applause is heard. Therefore, my child, let your very life become a living testimony of forgiveness. Even when injustices rain upon you like an unannounced hailstorm, choose forgiveness, not because those who wronged you deserve it, but because you know that forgiveness is the only path to freedom for your soul. Forgiveness does not mean denying the pain you have endured. It means choosing not to let that pain become the chain that binds you to darkness. There will be days when it feels as if the world has turned its back on you. There will be moments when even those you trusted deeply will wound you. And it is precisely in those hours, when the darkness thickens, when the roar of the storm threatens to swallow every hope, that I call you to cling to the truth, that I am still there, silent, patient, unyielding. There will be times when you doubt my presence. You will wonder, Lord, where are you? Why do I not hear your voice? Why has help not yet come? In those moments, my child, understand that my silence is not absence. My silence is an invitation for you to journey deeper into absolute trust, a faith that does not need to see, does not need to hear, but simply knows, in the deepest places of the soul, that I am faithful, the one who has never broken a promise. Remember, my child, that in the midst of a storm, a seasoned sailor does not seek the calm of the waters, but looks for the steadfast star in the blackened sky. Likewise, in the moments when you feel most lost, let the memories of my goodness in your past guide you. Remember the times I upheld you when you were about to fall. Recall the small miracles, the silent rescues I have woven into your life. These memories, my dear one, will become the anchors of your soul amid the raging storm. And even when tears blur your vision, even when you feel utterly alone in your battle, I am still holding your hand. Even if you tremble, even if you stray for a moment, I have never withdrawn. I have never turned my back on you. My child, The journey of faith is not a path lined with roses, but a road paved with steadfast choices made in the dark. It is a path where every step demands a fresh yes, a new surrender, a renewed trust, even when every natural instinct screams to give up. I do not ask of you a perfect, unblemished faith. I only desire from you a loyal heart, a soul willing to rise again after every fall, a spirit that continually seeks the light even when all that can be seen is darkness. My beloved child, do not measure the success of your journey by what your eyes see or your ears hear. In the days of doubt, in the endless nights, it is your perseverance in prayer, even when no answers seem to come, your decision to keep loving, even when wounded, your determination to keep walking, even when your feet are weary. These, in my eyes, are victories far greater than any visible triumph. And one day, you will look back and realize that every tear you shed in faith, every silent prayer whispered in the darkness, every act of forgiveness offered amid injustice has been gathered and treasured like immovable riches. One day, you will see that the darkest days were, in fact, the sacred forge where I molded you into my most powerful instrument. Therefore, my child, when the roar of the storm drowns out the gentle whisper within, do not lose heart. Know that it is precisely in that moment your faith touches the deepest, holiest dimension, where no sound remains, where no sign appears, and only one thing endures: pure and total trust in me. Let your heart become an unquenchable lamp amid the storm. Let your life bear witness that even in the most unjust circumstances, love can still triumph. Let forgiveness flow from you like a clear spring, refreshing the most barren wastelands of the earth. My child, with each passing day, I continue to build you up, to uphold you, and to bestow upon you strength far beyond your own. Do not be surprised when you find yourself walking on the waters of adversity. Do not marvel when you find yourself singing in the midst of the night, for these are signs of the wondrous work I am accomplishing within your soul. My beloved one, as you walk through the trials, as headwinds carry threats, skeptical glances, and waves rise against your weary steps, remember this deep within your soul: the burdens you now bear are but temporary. They are like a fleeting mist compared to the vast eternity I have prepared for you. The pains of today, the silent tears, the wounds unseen by others, all these will fade before the everlasting glory that one day you will wear like a radiant robe. Hold fast to this hope, as a sailor clings to a lifeline in the midst of the storm. Do not let these momentary shakings blur your eternal vision. Do not let the screams of doubt, fear, or despair make you forget my unchanging promises. Anchor your soul to the truth that today's sorrows are merely stepping stones to a glory no eye has seen, no ear has heard, no heart has ever imagined. And along this solitary path that at times feels overwhelming, I have given you a precious gift, often overlooked by the world: the fellowship of the faithful. Those whose hearts, like yours, beat in rhythm with mine. Imperfect though they may be, they are ones who daily long to live for the light, for love, and for truth. They will be a fortress around you against the attacks of loneliness, discouragement, and the silent arrows of despair. My child, do not close yourself off in isolation. Do not attempt to battle the raging storms of this age alone. Seek fellowship with those whose souls burn with the fire of love for me. Dare to open your heart to brothers and sisters who walk the same journey. For in unity there is a strength far beyond what any single person could achieve. Seek out those whose hearts know how to weep with those who weep, and rejoice with those who rejoice. Those who not only listen to the words you speak, but can also hear the unspoken sighs within your soul. Gather with them, pray with them, worship me with them. For where 2 or 3 are gathered together in my name, I am present among them with great power. And not only are you called to seek encouragement, my child, but I am also calling you to become an encourager. Strengthen the weary souls. Reach out your hand to those teetering on the brink of despair. Become a refuge for those who have nowhere else to lay their heads. Bear one another's burdens with selfless love, with mercy that demands no return. For when you share in the burdens of your brothers and sisters, you not only help them stand firm, but your own soul is lifted higher. When you help up one who has fallen, you yourself are learning how to walk more strongly, in humility and in love. Just as iron sharpens iron, just as a sword is honed with every strike, so too will the gathering of faithful souls sharpen your faith, deepen your understanding, and expand your heart to new depths of divine love. Oh, my child, in this age, the enemy of your soul does not fear isolated individuals fighting alone, but he trembles before a community of believers who stand side by side in love and humility. For in unity, the great power of heaven is revealed. In agreement, walls of separation crumble, invisible chains are broken, and the prison doors of fear, despair, and sin are thrown open. Know this, beloved one, no army can overcome a gathering of souls who have died to themselves to live for me. No scheme of darkness can defeat a company of hearts steadfast in faith and ablaze with love. Therefore, do not build for yourself a lone tower of faith. Become instead a living stone in the vast spiritual temple I am building. A single stone cannot form a temple, but when set alongside and bonded with countless other stones, it creates a dwelling place for my glory upon the earth. My dear child, there will be moments within that community when you must learn to forgive, to practice patience, to love even when you are wounded. But it is precisely in those collisions of heart that I will teach you to love unconditionally, to endure tirelessly, to trust even before you see the outcome. The unity I call you to build is not a mere surface agreement, but a deep, soul-bonded connection among those who have tasted the fires of refining together, who thirst for righteousness together, who turn their faces toward me as the grass turns instinctively toward the sun. And from this community, from this unity, shall flow rivers of life, waves of healing, of restoration, of renewal, spreading across even the driest and most desolate lands. Beloved child, do not be afraid to open your heart. Do not be afraid to love, to walk alongside kindred souls. For it is there that you will find shelter, strength, joy, and the fullness of the journey of faith I have destined for you. Take the hand of your brothers and sisters, walk together, stand together, fight together, and sing together the songs of victory, until the day I return in glory, when every tear will be wiped away, every burden lifted, and every faithful soul welcomed into the everlasting joy that never fades. My beloved child, to those who have once been lost, who have once turned away from the path of light, who have once forgotten the sweet invitations of divine love and mercy, I still unceasingly extend my arms in waiting. I am not angered by your weakness. I do not reject you when I see you stumble. I do not turn away when I see your mistakes. On the contrary, I draw even closer, carrying a tender and earnest invitation. Return to me, O once lost child, with a heart of sincere repentance, and I will renew you. I will cleanse your soul until it is as pure as the first snow of the season. My arms do not grow weary of waiting. My heart does not close itself to anyone. No matter how far you have strayed, no matter how deep the darkness of the paths you once wandered, no matter how bloodied your feet are from bitter falls, I am still here, arms open wide, longing to embrace you as a father waits day after day for the return of his lost child. I do not count the number of times you have fallen. I do not calculate the mistakes you have made. I desire only one thing: to see you turn back, so that I may erase every stain of the past with my unconditional love. My child, do not let shame hinder your steps back to me. Do not let the voice of accusation echoing in your mind convince you that you are no longer worthy. For I tell you this: there is no sin too great that my love cannot cover, no wound too deep that my grace cannot heal. No matter how stained your soul may be, I can cleanse it, making it whiter than snow, purer than a precious gem in the morning light. For it was I, the Son of the Eternal One, who bore the weight of every sin upon my shoulders. On the cross, every drop of blood I shed was not in vain. It is the living testimony that my love for you never changes. I endured every rejection so that you might be accepted. I bore every condemnation so that you might be forgiven. I suffered unspeakable agony so that you might be clothed in the robe of righteousness, a gift no one could ever earn, but can only receive through faith and humility. Therefore, our child, if today you hear my voice calling, do not harden your heart. Do not let the thick dust of shame, bitterness, or doubt block your way home. Let the tears of repentance soften your heart. Let the sobs of your soul become your truest prayer, and believe that the moment you turn back, even just a single step, I will run to you and embrace you with a heart overflowing with unspeakable joy. Do not wait until you feel worthy to return, for the truth is that none of you were ever worthy. But my love does not wait for perfection. It longs only for honesty. I do not love you because of what you have achieved, nor do I abandon you because of what you have failed to accomplish. I love you because you are mine, because you bear my image, because deep within your soul, beneath all the dust of this world, there still flickers a tiny spark that I myself placed in you when I first created you. My beloved one, picture this. With just one cry from your heart, all the hosts of heaven would rejoice. With just one step toward home, all of heaven would break out in celebration. I do not dwell on the paths where you once went astray. I see only who you are today, a child striving to return under the loving gaze of their Father. And in that moment, every trace of the past will be washed away. Every condemnation will be canceled, and every wound will be anointed and healed. You will not return in condemnation, but will be received in glory. You will not be imprisoned by the chains of sin, but will be set free into the glorious liberty of the children of God. You will not kneel in fear, but will lift your head high in joy, having reclaimed the place that has always belonged to you, the place by my side, in the eternal home of love and life. And from the moment you return, your journey will no longer be merely your own story. Your life will become a living testimony for other lost souls. You will become a beacon for those still groping in darkness, a mirror reflecting the wondrous mercy you yourself have received. The love you are given will overflow, pouring forth like an endless stream, refreshing with life the withered hearts longing to be revived. My beloved child, do not let anything hinder you from drawing near to me. No wall is too high, no abyss too deep, no past too tangled that it could cause me to withdraw my hand from your life. On the contrary, the deeper the pit, the further I reach to touch your soul, to lift you up, to uphold you by my very strength. Today, if your heart is wavering, if your tears are falling, if your soul is longing for a new beginning, know that it is I who am whispering to you, "Come home, my child. Do not delay. My hand is stretched out for you. My house always has a place for you." And when you dare to step forward in trust, you will encounter a love greater than any fear, a forgiveness deeper than any wound, a renewal that no power in this world can offer. You will know that even if the world changes, even if people betray you, my love for you remains everlasting and unshakable. Therefore, my beloved child, come. Let me wipe away your tears. Let me erase every trace of the past. Let me give you a new beginning, a new heart, a new life, filled with hope, freedom, and a joy that cannot be stolen. For in my eyes you are never a failure. You are always my beloved, my chosen one, destined for eternal glory. My precious child, open your eyes and see. What is trembling before you is not the end, but the beginning of a miracle that surpasses human understanding. The old world, built upon decaying foundations of fear, greed, and division, is collapsing piece by piece. The systems that humanity once revered, the false values once clung to as treasures, are all being shaken by my hand, only to dissolve like mist before the morning sun. I do not do this out of blind anger, but out of love, out of mercy, out of a deep longing to see a new era rise, an era founded upon righteousness, undying love, and divine unity that no force can ever shatter. My child, I know the birth pangs of this age are overwhelmingly intense. I see the tears you shed as the world around you fractures. I hear the heavy sighs of souls struggling amidst the storms of change. But do not let your heart be gripped by fear. Do not allow your mind to sink into despair. For just as a mother writhes in agonizing labor to bring forth new life, so too are today's tremors the sure signs that a new dawn is near. Every groan of creation, every earthquake that shakes the old foundations, is the echo of a birthing song. A new world is being formed, and you, my beloved child, are an irreplaceable part of this magnificent work. I have not called you to stand on the sidelines and observe. I am calling you to step into the river of change, to become the one who sows the seeds of justice, the one who lays the first stones for the stronghold of love and truth. Do not fix your eyes on what is breaking and mourn, but look instead at what I am building and rejoice. For the new kingdom I am establishing is unlike anything this world has ever known. It is not founded on oppressive power, nor driven by fear. This kingdom is built by souls that have been purified, by hearts that have learned to love more deeply through pain, by spirits that have been broken only to be recreated in brilliance and faithfulness. My beloved child, prepare your soul as a skilled craftsman sharpens his tools, preparing for the sacred harvest. Allow me to mold you, to forge you through trials, for it is in the furnace of these last days that the pure gold of faith and courage will be revealed. Do not reject the refining process. Do not flee from the inner battles. For through every struggle, you will uncover the true strength I planted within you from the very beginning. And know this: what I am about to unveil will be so glorious that it will wash away every pain, every tear, every sorrowful memory of the old world. You will behold what no eye has ever seen, what no ear has ever heard, and what no heart has ever imagined. For the goodness I have prepared for those who love me is beyond earthly measure. A day will come when no one is judged by status, race, or tongue. A day will rise when righteousness will break forth like the dawn, and love will flow like an endless river. You will see former enemies stand together in forgiveness. You will witness hearts of stone melt in the sweetness of my presence. And you will know that every suffering you endured, every patience you exercised, every sacrifice you made, was never in vain. My child, you will be a witness to this birth if you do not give up halfway. If you persevere with steadfast heart, if you keep your eyes fixed on me rather than on the swirling chaos, you will enter the promised land that generations have longed for, but never seen. Do not let lies cause you to doubt. Do not let the temporary storms obscure your vision. Remember, behind every dark cloud, the sun still shines. The old world must pass away, my child, because it cannot contain the new glory I am about to reveal. The old wineskin cannot hold the new wine. Likewise, old mindsets, old value systems, and old structures cannot contain the overflowing life I am pouring out. I need new vessels, those willing to let go of the familiar to step into the unknown, those ready to release false safety to embrace true, abundant life. My child, this is the season when all that has been hidden will be exposed. Every structure built on sand will collapse, so that only what is founded on the solid rock of truth will remain. This is the time when ancient promises will be fulfilled, when visions long nurtured in my heart will burst forth into reality. And you, if you choose to heed my call, will not only be a witness, but a co-laborer with me in this great work of renewal. Clothe yourself with courage. Let the fire of faith blaze within you. Rise up with a fearless heart and a soul forged in love and hope. For what is approaching is not merely a change in the world, but the birth of a new era, an era of light, of holiness, of boundless love flowing from my throne into every soul willing to receive it. My beloved child, in the days and months ahead, you will witness things the world has never seen before. Events that go beyond the limited understanding of human intellect. Wonders will bloom both in the heavens and across the earth, like signals sent down from heaven, proclaiming that I, the Creator, the Eternal One, am actively and marvelously moving across all of creation. Storms will rise in places once tranquil. Fierce waves will pound the shores, and the ground will tremble under the invisible footsteps of great events yet to unfold. That which seemed unshakable will be stirred. Barren places will suddenly burst forth with vibrant life, defying all natural explanation. O child, these strange phenomena are not random. They are not the result of uncontrollable chaos, but faithful messengers sent by my own hand. They sound the trumpet of warning and simultaneously lift a shout of joy, heralding the arrival of a new era. Every unusually strong wind, every sudden whirlwind, every radiant streak tearing through the night sky carries a message from me that the old age is passing away and a new era, rich with my presence and my glory, is being ushered in. You will hear of lands where life springs forth, in places once deemed hopelessly desolate. You will see species once thought extinct rising up miraculously, as if all of nature itself is singing a song of resurrection. Do not be quick to doubt or wonder, for these are signs I have set in place to teach you this truth. What mankind deems impossible is, in my hands, only the beginning of something greater. I revive what is dead. I bring life to where no hope remains. I turn barren deserts into lush gardens teeming with life. And when the tremors come, both in nature and within human hearts, do not let your spirit be shaken. Do not allow fear to cloud the wisdom I have sown into your soul. Understand that every shaking is meant to uproot what is false and to reveal what is truly steadfast. The earth does not quake to destroy you, but to liberate you from the chains that have bound you for too long. Structures built by human hands without a true foundation will collapse. But those who stand upon the solid rock, who is none other than myself, will not be moved. My child, I have not called you to seek safety in false comforts, nor to hide yourself away from the signs pouring forth. On the contrary, I call you to step forward with wide open eyes and a heart filled with holy reverence to behold my hand moving upon the earth. Watch attentively, not with the eyes of the flesh, but with eyes of faith, sharpened through waiting and trusting. Every wonder, every storm, every upheaval is a reminder that I am sovereign over all. Nothing happens beyond my rule. Not a single leaf falls without my knowing. Not a single wave rises without my permission. When you see the ground crack open, remember that I am making way for new fountains to burst forth. When you see the sky ablaze with flashes of lightning, remember that I am writing new stories upon the sacred scroll of history. When you hear the fierce roar of the wind, know that I am breathing new life into the weary, dry bones of humanity. Nothing is accidental. Nothing is meaningless. All things are woven into the eternal tapestry of my divine wisdom. Do not be afraid when you see these signs, my child. Let holy reverence fill your heart, not panic. Bow in worship, open your heart in repentance, and stand firm in faith. For what you are witnessing is not merely external change, but a divine calling for you to become part of what I am doing. Become a gatekeeper of the new era. Become a trumpet sounding in the midst of the night, awakening those still asleep. My beloved, the glory I reveal through these signs is not meant to frighten, but to invite. It is the call from my heart, the call of a king returning to establish his eternal kingdom upon the earth. It is the loving invitation for your soul to return to the true source of life. It is the call of grace before the door of mercy closes. Walk in spiritual alertness. Keep the lamp of your faith burning bright. Be ready to receive new revelations each day, for I will not cease speaking to you. Through what you see, through what you hear, and through the deep stirrings within your spirit, each day, each hour, I will unveil another piece of the wondrous plan I am unfolding upon the earth. My beloved, in the challenging journey ahead, I invite you to hold fast to love as your sharpest sword and your strongest shield. Not the fragile love that the world preaches, a love that sways with emotions or is dictated by selfish conditions, but the love that flows from the very source of life, from my heart, where no shadow can dwell and no betrayal can tarnish. Hold tightly to this love, for it is the ultimate weapon, the power that makes darkness tremble, the light that scatters every scheme of the enemy. True love, my child, is a sacred flame that never dies. It rises above every fear, shines in the darkest places, and warms hearts that have long been frozen by despair and bitterness. When you face injustice, when you encounter the brokenness of lives the world turns a blind eye to, let love be the force that propels you forward. Stretch out your hand to protect the orphan. Extend your arms to shelter the widow. Offer your shoulders to lift up those who have been trampled, forgotten, and wounded, not because they are deemed worthy by human standards, but because in my eyes they carry a priceless worth that nothing can buy or replace. When hatred rushes against you, do not respond with resentment. When venomous words seek to pierce your heart, do not allow them to sow hatred within you. Instead, answer with kindness, with limitless mercy, and with a patience that surpasses human understanding. They may see your goodness as weakness. They may mock your forgiveness as foolishness. But remember this: what the world calls foolishness, I call profound wisdom. What the world deems defeat, I use to unlock eternal victory. My child, the heart of my kingdom is a paradox. It was at the cross, where it appeared to be the most painful defeat, that love won completely. It is through apparent weakness that my surpassing power is made known. And likewise, when you choose to love when the world demands revenge, when you choose kindness amidst the clamor of hatred, you are participating in a sacred revolution, a silent yet powerful uprising that is overthrowing the kingdoms of darkness and establishing the kingdom of light upon the earth. True love, my child, is not a fleeting emotion, but a courageous decision renewed each day. It demands perseverance even when it is not reciprocated, faithfulness even when misunderstood, gentleness even when treated unfairly. It calls you to look beyond the hardened exterior of others and see the soul within them, yearning to be healed. It teaches you not only to love those who are easy to love, but also to love the stubborn, the rough, those who hurt others because they themselves carry deep, unhealed wounds. My child, love is a ceaseless stream flowing from the highest heavens down to the earth, and I long for you to become a current of that stream, a channel of life, not merely to receive for yourself, but to pour out continuously for a world parched with thirst for true love. Do not fear running dry. As you pour out genuine love, I will refill you with a love even greater, stronger, and deeper than you have ever known. And remember, my child, love has not only the power to heal individuals, but also the authority to restore entire communities and alter the destiny of a generation. A loving word spoken, a silent act of kindness, an unreciprocated forgiveness. These small acts, under the light of eternity, can become seeds that grow into lush forests of hope in the most desolate deserts. There will be times when you feel discouraged, when your efforts to love seem fruitless, when your heart grows weary from loving while the world appears indifferent. But my child, do not give up. For every tiny ray of light you scatter today, I will gather into an ocean of light tomorrow. Every drop of love you pour out today, I will use to water souls you cannot yet see. Souls that will one day bloom and bear fruit in the harvest of eternal life. My child, the love I teach you is not a love that expects rewards, nor is it a love dependent on the reception of others. It is a love flowing from the fullness found in me. A love that loves for its own sake, loves because I first loved. When you love in this way, you are living according to the deepest truth of your soul. For you were created in the image of eternal love. Therefore, in the days to come, when trials rise like a flood, when darkness seems overwhelming, let love be your guide. Let love be the compass for every decision, the source of strength for every step, the flame that never dies within you. In this way, though the world may shake, though kingdoms may fall, though ages may pass, you will stand firm, not by your own strength, but by the indestructible power of the love I have placed within you. My beloved child, become a warrior of love, a messenger of light, one who carries within a sacred fire that darkness can never extinguish. And when all things pass away, when the dust settles, when every human throne crumbles to ash, it will be those who lived, loved, and fought with love who will stand in the glorious light of the kingdom that shall never perish. So walk forth, my child, with love as your weapon and your shield. For through you, through every small yet loving act you perform, I will revive the earth, renew the hearts of men, and reveal my kingdom in glorious splendor on earth, as it is in heaven. And I, the one who loves you with everlasting love, will walk with you every step of the way, until the day you complete your journey and hear the sweet call echoing from my throne. Well done, my good and faithful child. Enter into the eternal joy of your Lord. My beloved child, I want you to engrave deeply in your heart that the days of chaos, the times of great shaking that you are witnessing, will not last forever. Just as the night cannot hold back the dawn, the fierce storms of this age cannot halt the flow of restoration I have ordained. A new season is drawing near, and it will bring waves of healing, like a mighty river flooding lands long parched and cracked by pain, division, and despair. My child, envision a great river flowing from the throne on high, sweeping away every trace of death and desolation, reviving every withered creature with astonishing newness. Where deserts once stretched barren, flowers will bloom. Where battlefields once bore the scars of war, peaceful fields will flourish. This river carries not only physical life, but healing that penetrates the deepest, darkest corners of the human soul. It will not merely compensate for what was lost, it will renew, making all things better than they ever were in the beginning. Reconciliation will pour out like a gentle spring breeze over lands once steeped in hatred. The walls built by fear, jealousy, and injustice for generations will crumble before the irresistible tide of love and forgiveness. Hearts once hardened like stone will soften under the radiant light of mercy. Enemies will clasp hands, brothers will find each other again, and dreams of a peaceful world will no longer be a distant fantasy. I will heal the broken-hearted, my child. I will gather every shattered fragment of the hearts crushed by life's hardships and weave them into a masterpiece, where every crack will shine with the brilliant light of my grace. No pain you have endured will be forgotten. No tear you have shed will be wasted. Each will be used to fashion a new robe of glory that you will wear on the day of restoration. And those who have grown weary from battle, who have dragged their feet through loneliness, exhaustion, and disappointment, I will strengthen with the very life that flows from my heart. I will uphold them with hands full of power and tenderness. I will fill them with heavenly vitality, so they will not only stand but run, even soar on wings of renewed faith. The calluses of the soul will be soothed. The wounds of failure and betrayal will be anointed and healed with the balm of heaven. The lost, the wandering souls, the prodigal children who seemed beyond hope, I will seek each one, calling them by name with a voice so tender they thought they had forgotten it, and I will bring them back into my embrace. No one is too far for me to rescue. No one is too broken for me to restore. Just as the shepherd leaves the 99 to search for the one that is lost, so will I persistently, patiently seek, until every soul is recovered. Every child once again feels the warm, unwavering embrace of my love. My beloved child, in the days ahead you will witness this miracle. The rebirth not only of the land, but of hearts. Cities once weighed down by hatred will echo with the laughter of children. Lands once stained with blood and tears will blossom with hope. Songs of restoration will rise from every corner, from distant mountains to bustling streets. But my child, to step into that blessed season, your heart must be prepared. You must learn to trust in my promises more than what your eyes can see. You must remain steadfast, even as the final waves surge, even when the sky seems darker than ever. Because it is precisely in the moment when all seems lost that I am moving most powerfully. Let hope be the anchor for your soul, even when the headwinds seem determined to break your wings. Let gratitude fill your lips, even when your circumstances have yet to change. For when you sing in the darkness, when you praise me in the midst of trials, it is then that you open the doorway for unimaginable miracles to unfold. My beloved child, I have seen every small but courageous step you have taken through this difficult season. I have listened to every silent prayer, every sigh that no one else heard. And I declare to you, not a single act of love you have offered is wasted. Not one sacrifice you have made is meaningless. The harvest is drawing near. The seeds you have sown in tears, you will reap them in a flood of joy. Do not let delay dishearten you. Do not let the temporary darkness cause you to forget that the dawn has already been ordained. For I, the faithful one, have not forgotten a single promise I made. I will complete what I have begun. I will restore what was lost. And I will repay abundantly for all that you have endured with steadfast faithfulness. Therefore, my dear one, keep walking, even when the path remains shrouded in mist. Keep loving, even when the world stays harsh. Keep hoping, even when the prophecy is not yet fulfilled. For soon, very soon, you will see the river of healing overflow across the barren lands. You will witness dreams you once scarcely dared to believe, blazing into radiant reality before your very eyes, and on that day, You will lift your gaze to me, your eyes brimming with tears of joy, and I will smile and open wide my arms to welcome you into a joy that shall never fade. My beloved child, in the coming days, as the final wave of chaos rises, as the winds of trial howl around you, I call you. Stand firm as a warrior clothed in the armor of light. Do not let any force, whether sweet or fierce, whether cloaked in temptation or blatant in threat, draw you away from the path I have set before you. Deceptions will encircle you. Gentle yet deadly temptations will whisper lies into your ears. But, my child, hold the line of your faith like a steadfast soldier in the army of heaven. No matter how violently the earth shakes around you, no matter how the world crumbles, anchor your soul in the unchanging promises I have spoken. Do not let the clamor of fear drown out the gentle whisper of grace from my heart. Do not let what your physical eyes perceive cause your spirit to waver, for the unseen reality is rising with a strength far greater than what the senses can grasp. Take heart, my child, for the moment of glory is nearer than ever before. A day will come when the final trumpet will sound, not merely to announce the end of an era, but to declare solemnly the beginning of an eternal age. When the thin veil separating the earthly realm from the heavenly will be lifted, and in that moment, my child, you will stand before me, no longer burdened by the failures of the past, no longer marked by the scars of earthly battles, but revealed as you were destined to be before the foundation of the world, radiant in glorious light, whole in complete restoration, and more alive than ever in the splendor of my presence. My child, I see that day even now, even as you struggle through the darkest nights of your life. I see the small flame within you, the flame you sometimes fear has been extinguished, but which to me still burns, still shines, still fights. And on that day, every tear you ever shed in secret will be wiped away by my own hand. No bitterness will cling to your heart. No sobs will echo in the night. Everything that once caused you anguish will be replaced with songs of praise, flooding the heavens. Imagine that moment, my child, the moment when for the first time you behold me face to face, no longer veiled by the mist of flesh and earthly limitations. In my eyes you will see not only the majesty of the Almighty, but also the fervent love of a Father who has never departed from you, even when you could not feel it. And the mysteries once hidden about your pain, about the seemingly meaningless turns, about the incomprehensible losses, will be revealed in perfect radiance. You will see that every tear, every weary step, every nameless sigh has been intricately woven into the marvelous design I have prepared for you. All the pain you have endured will fade like a faint dream under the morning sun. Every fear that once shackled your soul will dissolve like mist in the light of righteousness. The burdens you once thought unbearable will be revealed as heavy wings, forged to prepare you for soaring into eternal freedom. You will understand that no suffering was wasted, and no sacrifice was in vain. Now, lift up your heartfelt prayer to me. You may pray like this: Lord, as the tremors prepare to sweep across the earth, please anchor my soul like a rock held firmly in your hand. When the veil of temporary peace is lifted, do not let fear invade my heart. Though darkness may stretch across the lands, and the cries of anguish echo from every direction, may the light of your presence illuminate each step I take, so that I do not walk in blindness, but in the sweet and mighty guidance of your Spirit. Lord, when the earth quakes and the hearts of men tremble, grant me spiritual eyes to perceive that you are moving in mystery and sovereignty. Do not let me be deceived by the chaos on the surface, but let me see your loving and wise hand orchestrating all things for purification, not destruction. Teach me not to judge by what my eyes see, but by faith, knowing that every heartbeat and every gust of wind is woven into your perfect design. Lord, when the fires of testing blaze and all that is false is consumed, give me the grace to willingly enter your refining furnace. Burn away every hidden pride, ambition, and resentment lingering in my heart. Refine me like gold in the fire, so that what remains in me is pure faith, steadfast love, and unwavering loyalty. May each day to come be a living song, proclaiming the power of your renewal and the eternal faithfulness of your heart. Lord, when fear engulfs the nations and the fortresses crumble, let my heart not tremble like reeds swaying in the storm. Make me a small light shining in the darkness, guiding the lost. When despair sweeps hope from many souls, let my small acts of love become ripples of salvation, reminding the world that your light still shines and your love has never faded. Lord, grant me the gift of discernment, to search the depths of my own motives. Help me lay down every vestige of pride, cast off the simmering resentments, and lift my soul as lightly as a feather borne on the breath of your Spirit. Uproot everything within me that does not please you, and plant seeds of humility, compassion, and obedience in my heart. May my body and soul become a temple worthy of your dwelling. Lord, when suffering spreads and the groans of the earth resound, let me be the outstretched hands reaching toward the fallen. Teach me to give without calculation, to love without condition, and to serve without growing weary. Fill me with courageous compassion, so that when I see the hungry, I share. When I see the lonely, I comfort. When I see the hopeless, I lift them up. Let every small act of love I sow into the ground be seeds of hope that will never die. Lord, as I walk through the valleys of darkness where war, loss, and injustice run rampant, please walk beside me as my most faithful friend. When the roaring of the storms drowns out the whispers of hope, soothe my soul with the promise that you are closer than my very breath. Remind me that even if the mountains tremble and the seas roar, your hand still holds me firmly, leading me to the shores of everlasting peace. Lord, please do not let me mistake hardship for abandonment. When trials surround me, teach me to recognize your loving correction as a father disciplines his beloved child. Though the pain may linger and the night grow deep, keep my heart steadfast in the faith that all you do is to bring me back to holiness and to the divine purpose you have destined for me. Lord, teach me to become one who prays without ceasing. When the world is in turmoil, help me to cry out to you with every breath, with every upward glance toward the heavens. When my heart grows restless, let prayer become the root that anchors my soul. When small miracles bloom amidst the storm, open my eyes to see them, and lift up an unending song of thanksgiving to you. Lord, when the world champions hatred and revenge, help me to choose the opposite path, the path of forgiveness, kindness, and courage. When I am misunderstood, grant me the grace to respond with patience. When I am oppressed, let me answer with steadfast love. May my life become a reflection of the Redeemer who forgave even those who crucified him, so that the light of truth may shine brightly through every action I take. I offer this prayer in the holy name of Jesus Christ. Amen. If you love the Lord, don't forget to click subscribe and turn on notifications so you won't miss any meaningful and life-giving messages from God. Together, we will grow in faith and live a life fully immersed in His love. Amen.